Hey, Dolphins fans, Paul here from On the FinSide. Welcome back. It's been a bit of a minute since we've been live. A lot of different things have happened out there. Two gotten concussed again. But first and foremost, one of the things I wanted to talk about was the Damar Hamlin injury. Thoughts, prayers. So glad to hear that he's doing so much better. Um, and really thoughts and prayer for him, for his charity, for his family moving forward. Uh, I know that's an underlying story for this game, but at the same time, the Dolphins need to drive forward here while they will be limping along as they move into the playoffs for the first time in years. As you'll notice, I'm here by myself. Kat has departed the show. We're going to continue moving this forward, and I appreciate all of y'all that stayed with us for this. Um, Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys follow the show. I'm going to be changing up some of the content and the ways that we deliver things. But again, I think this is going to be a lot more fun and give us a chance to come back to you guys and put more information out there, put it out there in some different ways, and I think that's going to be fun. Talking about today's game, this is going to be a tough one for the Dolphins. That's no secret to any of us. Skylar Thompson starting at quarterback. Looks like Teddy Bridgewater is going to be inactive. They have announced the Dolphins inactives and the Bills inactives. JB, I'm happy to be back, brother. Miss you too, Roy. For the Dolphins, Tua, Raheem Mostert, Noah Igbenogany, Kendall Lamb, Brandon Shell, Liam Eichenberg, and Tanner Connor are all inactive. For Buffalo, Isaiah McKenzie, which is a bit of a boon for the Dolphins. Christian Benford, Ike Bacher, Jalen Phillips, or Jordan Phillips, sorry, Jared Maiden, Valen Spector, and Tommy Sweeney are all inactive. The Jordan Phillips one is huge here, given the fact that Miami's probably going to have to rely upon the run game in this one um, a little bit more. It's with Lamichael Perrine, with Jeff Wilson, with Savan Ahmed. And an interesting thing here is in the first matchup, or this in meeting two, when Savan Ahmed got in the game, he actually averaged 7.2 yards per carry against the Bills. So with Jordan Phillips out, that is a huge portion of their run stopping game. Um, and Anani, I will agree with you. The Jaguars pulled out an improbable comeback and win last night, and stranger things have happened in the NFL playoffs, including for the Bills in the past. I believe it was Frank Reich back in the '90s that led a ridiculous, improbable comeback for the Bills. So there are a lot of different things that can happen here. But again, this is something where Miami can't hold anything back. One of the things we have not seen from Skylar Thompson this season, when he's had the opportunity to drive forward and be the guy, is something we saw a lot from him at Kansas. And one of the things that jumped off the page for me when Miami drafted Skylar, one of the things that he did really well while he was there was utilize his legs to make things happen and force defenses to have to account for him. He had 1,087 yards, 26 rushing touchdowns from the quarterback position, and that's something that we've seen Buffalo do against Miami in the two matchups this year and in previous matchups. Um, I agree, Dennis. I wish him the best moving forward. It's nothing but love between us. He's had some stuff going on. Josh Allen this year against Miami, he had 8 carries for 47 yards in the first matchup. Um, s- in the second matchup, he had 10 carries for 77 yards. That's something that Miami has to spy today. And the other thing that Buffalo did well against Miami in the second matchup was utilizing something that's hurt Miami for it feels like a decade now. They utilized Dawson Knox as their biggest receiving threat. Their big receivers did not have great days against us in either of the matchups, but Dawson Knox was a huge part of Buffalo beating us in that second matchup. Um, and that's something where Miami needs to account for the tight end. They need to account for the rushing game from Josh Allen today. Those are two huge factors in this game that if Miami can mitigate those, they have a chance. If Skylar Thompson can utilize his legs, they have a chance. Now, with Cedric Wilson's injury, I would not mind seeing, and again, this is to quote the water boy. This is a game where you can't hold anything back. It's if we have to throw Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle returning kicks and punts today to get them a little bit more involved, let's do it. For Skylar Thompson, guys like Mike Gesicki are huge in this game because and Durham Smythe as well, who's been coming on this season. If you can utilize those tight ends and utilize the running game with Jeff Wilson, Savon Ahmed, and Michael Perrine, who may not be an all-pro running back, but he's a great fit for the Mike McDaniel system of offense. Um, those are all huge, 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 huge things that can help Miami control the pace of this game and give them a chance to pull out the win here. Is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. It's the offensive line is reeling. The the quarterback position is Skylar Thompson and a busted up Teddy Bridgewater. The running back position, we're missing Raheem Mostert, who came on huge against the Jets last week. Um, and really, this is the day that we need gigantic plays from the defense and difference making plays from the defense. It's Buffalo. They they have struggled to block some of our pass rushers in the past couple of games. And while that did not materialize as huge sack numbers, there were times where Allen was chased from the pocket. And they have to terrorize Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a player that he's one of the best in the NFL right now, but he also does a lot of things that don't necessarily take care of the football. And that hasn't materialized in ways. He carries the ball like a loaf of bread. And he does tend to throw a lot of interceptable balls, as we've talked about in the past. King Zulu, that's we may be doomed, but you know what? Go down swinging. This is a chance for Mike McDaniel to really step up as a first-year coach and show that he has the capability to design frustrating, mesmerizing, mind-bending plays, and this is the time to pull them out. You need to go into every aspect of the playbook. Go for it on 4th downs, which I know everybody hates. Um, run flea flickers and end arounds with the speedy receiving core that we have. Run run a hook and ladder play. Like, whatever you need to do to win. Kick, fight, and claw until you can get to that point where you can pull it out. If you come out wounded like you are and you hit the Bills in the mouth and don't go away, you're going to confuse the hell out of them. And King Zulu, I'm glad you put Wildcat in chat. One of the things I've thought about a lot this week is running some form of the Wildcat with possibly Tyreek Hill in there. This is a dangerous team because they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And that is huge when you come into a matchup like this. And one of the things that we need to take as Dolphins fans is good, bad, or indifferent, win or lose today. We're back in the playoffs for the first time. And while it hurt having that 5-game skid to get here, it's okay. It's we've got some worries with Tua's injury history now, again. And Mike McDaniel, we have to remember, it's not only his first year as a head coach, he's never been an actual titled coordinator before. And for him to do the things with this team that he's done as a first-year head coach, I'm impressed. Even if it's been a very streaky season, we need to give him the chance to learn from here and improve from here. There's something there, even if we're all frustrated. And that's something that I think Miami does need to explore. Now, one of the things for a lot of our longtime listeners that I will say hurt yesterday, was it started with the number of years that we've done this show, with the number of the amount of draft coverage that we've done over the years. Seeing some of the guys that we've pointed at that and anybody can point at first round picks and say, "Oh, if we had all these first round picks, we'd be golden." Um, but over the last couple weeks, it's I've seen a lot of names we've pointed at rise to the forefront of teams making a playoff push or teams ruining a playoff push. That we've pointed out that were readily available to Miami in the mid to late rounds. And, watching Elijah Mitchell score for the 49ers yesterday, watching Brock Purdy do well for the 49ers yesterday, watching, God, so many of these guys, Ramondre Stevenson terrorize people. It's you can go up and down a list, and that's something where I really hope Miami can get it a little more right in the future is through the draft. Um, they've struggled at times with the draft, and that's something that needs to get fixed because that will help. They've struggled at times with taking guys that have an injury history on a low cost, low risk, high reward type of scenario and taking too many of them at times. And it's unfortunate because it's put us in scenarios like what we're in today. And that's something I really would love to see Miami fix moving forward, especially with a lot of these guys that, we wanted them to go after Marvin Jones in free agents. We wanted them to go after Christian Kirk in the draft, who took a little while. But again, this is a team that could make some waves today, surprise some people. I will have a post-game review, at some point this evening, um, but again, this is something where, guys, it's good to be back. We're gonna like I said, I'm gonna play with this a little bit more moving forward, get some more together around this, but let's go. Fins up. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Um, we'll have a lot more moving forward. It's good to be back, Matthew Tildsey. Uh, and you know what? I'm gonna throw down the upset pick today. I didn't think I could, but you know what? F it, let's go. Miami 21, Buffalo 19. Um, actually, but Miami 24, Skylar Thompson or, oh god, Miami's gonna get that last minute field goal to move ahead by 5 and make it something where the Bills have to try to move forward and score a touchdown to win the game. But screw it. It's probably gonna end poorly, but I'll take it. The Bills are probably gonna win, but I'm gonna take the 24-19 Miami win. All right? Fins up, Dolphins fans, and we will see you later today.